Welcome to Stokes Croft, a lively city in Bristol, England. It is known for its colourful and activism-expressing murals.
I'd say it's a very diverse and close-knit community.
There's always been a large creative community here. There's the Jamaica Street Artist Studio. We've got a few studios, there's a couple of others around as well, and all that helps feed into it, but there's a lot less space for the public art.
Originally, the area is known for being a hotspot for drifters and artists. In recent years, more students and youth have moved into the area, transforming its culture. Today, various murals can be found across Stokes Croft promoting political and social issues. Now let's take out our map and begin our journey through Stokes Croft. To begin, select any of the art pieces circled on the map. Great choice! Think Local Boycott Tesco is located on Cheltenham Road in Stokes Croft.
The Boycott Tesco piece was created in 2011 as a part of a campaign to protect the local businesses in Stokes Croft. In 2010, Tesco was set to gain permission to open a new location on Cheltenham Road on the Stokes Bishop and Montpellier border. For the residents of this area, this was unacceptable.
The underlying idea is that a big corporation like that, they don't contribute to the community. They tend to, any profits that are taken out are given to their shareholders. The wages are usually bad. Their practices around loss leaders and things undercut local businesses and then force them out of business, and then they raise their prices afterwards. There's lots of aspects of how a big corporation works in ways that are not beneficial to local people.
That was Benoit Bennett from the People's Republic of Stokes Croft, a community organisation that supports local artists and maintains many of the murals in Stokes Croft. The People's Republic organised some of the No Tesco protests and campaigns. This eventually evolved into the Think Local Boycott Tesco, of which this mural was created. These protests were controversial though, as on Thursday, April 21st, 2011, it was suspected by the police that there might be a firebomb attack on the recently opened Tesco by the people in the Telepathic Heights squat. The police had broken into the squat, which led to riots in Stokes Croft and Montpellier, and the smashing of the Tesco storefront. These riots have affected the way that some people in the community view the Boycott Tesco mural.
The people who own the building that it's on, which is a large charity which is part of a church, they're happy enough for the Think Local aspect of it to remain, but they don't want the Boycott Tesco aspect to be repaired. They feel it's kind of confrontational and not so friendly. So the meaning has obviously changed in their eyes to some extent, and the context has changed to them. The idea of trying to buy local, trying to buy from local businesses, trying to buy local produce, etc. is still important to us, and I think it's important to help an area maintain its identity, maintain its community cohesion.
Excellent choice. The Mild Mound West is located on Jamaica Street in Stokes Croft.
This is one of Bristol's most iconic pieces. Banksy's The Mild Mound West was created in 1999. It was done in response to the police raiding unlicensed warehouse parties and raves throughout the 90s. The specific event which triggered the artist to create the piece was a New Year's Eve party held down Winterstoke Road, where the riot police used excessive force against partygoers.
Talking about the identity of people from Bristol fits quite nicely. It's always had a political radicalness here, and it's also been a cultural hub for a long time. It's the birth of a lot of the bass music movements that have seem to have come out of Bristol, and that's very much that comes out of the rave scene and the illegal free party scene.
Over the course of 3 days in broad daylight, the infamous artist and political activist created the mural. The piece has been noted as one of the first to get the artist recognised worldwide. Today, his works can be seen throughout many areas of Bristol. Many of his pieces, including the Mild Mound West, have been targets for vandalism. The People's Republic of Stokes Croft have been left to prepare the mural due to it being defaced on several occasions, most notably in 2009, an anti-graffiti organisation known as Appropriate Media who vandalised the mural with red paint.
there are different approaches to vandalism, especially when it comes to vandalism at street art. From one point of view, if you're more of the graffiti and tagging end of street art, or like we do, we're constantly repainting our wall every month. So if they're attacked, it's part of an ephemeral artwork anyway. It's not something which is meant to last forever. Like if you paint something on the street in a public space and it's not like a commissioned piece that's intended to last for years, then you expect someone to paint over it pretty soon. But there's obviously a big interest in preserving pieces like the Mild West piece, like some of the big murals that if it costs £3,000 to paint a mural, you don't want someone painting over it the next week.
The Mild West has become an iconic image within Bristol. Banksy has transcended into more than just an artist who originally from our cultured city, but someone who's fully grasped the Bristolian ideology and represented that not only amongst our historic walls, but globally.
Great choice. The Yellow-Faced Lady is located on the corner of City Road and Stokes Croft.
This is the Yellow-Faced Lady. She was painted in 2012 by Stinkfish, a Colombian street artist. John Vince, who owns the local pop-up gallery One Love Art, helped orchestrate its initial painting as a temporary measure to brighten up a drug-littered and abandoned mattress corner. The piece was put up quickly using only a few colors, as the artist only had vague permission from the PRSC and none from the Bristol City Council. Overnight, the vibe of the area changed, and the Yellow-Faced Lady has become a landmark in Stokes Croft, with locals seeing her as a freedom fighter.
It's a way of engaging local talent and passion in helping the space develop itself, as opposed to people with money and ideas about the area coming in and developing it in the way that they see it.
Art is such a good way of escaping life in general, and I think in Stokes Croft there's a lot of drug abuse, drug problems, people in poverty, maybe not stable homes, like housing and stuff. I feel like art just brings everybody together, you just get involved, and it's just a way of escaping life's problems, basically.
This is Sophie Hamilton, a local artist and volunteer at the People's Republic of Stokes Croft. She has been involved in painting some of the community's murals and hosting art projects at the PRSC. For her and many of the other residents of Stokes Croft, murals like the Yellow-Faced Lady are representative of optimism in the community. That's why in 2021, when the mural was becoming faded and dull, many of the residents and local businesses worked together to raise funds to have Stinkfish come back to Bristol to restore the piece. This restoration brought life back to the corner and just reinforced the Yellow-Faced Lady's position as the overwatcher of Stokes Croft. Due to her size, prominence, and location, she is hard to miss, especially as she is often used as the location for local fundraisers or community gatherings. She is a special part of Stokes Croft, who is a representation of the rebirth of the area. She stands as a signal to the world that Stokes Croft, despite its past issues and struggles, is a community that is unbreakable and will always stand together.
Congratulations! We have reached the end of our tour. This off-the-books, self-named community is ever-changing, with contemporary art appearing all the time amongst the historic walls and buildings. Stokes Croft is a canvas that conveys the power of artistic expression and unity. A community together, forming a place where voices and discord can be heard and not silenced. We wish we could have shown you so much more, as the pieces displayed here today are only a couple of the wonderful works in the area. We hope you are inspired to further explore more of the rich history and all the incredibly talented artists and their work. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stokes Croft.